Head measurement for the Hydrocell geodesic sensor net. Before applying the Hydrocell geodesic sensor net to the patient or subject, measure the circumference of the patient's head to determine the appropriate net size. Take this measurement several times to ensure accuracy. A good routine is to begin soaking the net in the electrolyte while you do the head measurements. The circumference is the largest part of the head. With a measuring tape, measure head circumference at the glabella or brow ridge and 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch above the inion, which is the bump on the back of the skull. Ask the patient to use his or her index finger to secure one end of the measuring tape to the glabella. Run the tape along the side of the head, above the ear, toward the back, and 2.5 centimeters above the inion, around the other side of the ear, and back to the glabella. Repeat this measurement to make sure it is correct. The next measurement is to determine the vertex. The vertex on the top of the head is the midpoint between the nasion, the indented area where the bridge of the nose meets the skull, and inion, and is centered between the preauricular points, the indented area in front of each ear flap where the jaw meets the skull. Ask the patient to use his or her index finger to secure one end of the measuring tape to the nasion. Run the tape over the top of the head until it reaches the inion and note the distance. Locate the halfway point and use a China marker to draw a short line perpendicular to the tape on the patient's head. When marking the scalp, minimize discomfort to the patient by holding the China marker so that its tip makes a shallow angle with the scalp surface. Measure the distance between the preauricular points, extending the measuring tape across the top of the head over the line made previously. Locate the halfway point and draw a short line perpendicular to the tape on the patient's head. Note where this line crosses the nasion-inion midpoint line. This intersection is the location of the vertex, now marked with an X.